Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I start my presentation in this conference, I want to express my gratitude to Polytechnic Negeri Malang, the Language Center, for giving me the chance, the opportunity to present. I'm Faila Sofa from Universitas Jambi. Recently, I'm a student of doctoral program at University of Pannonia in Hungary. In this study, I collaborate with my professor, Professor Fabian Jonji. In this occasion, I will present part of my research about multilingual education. I explored teachers' attitude toward multilingual policy in Indonesia and how they view the practices, the multilingual behavior in educational context. Okay, I will share the slides of my study here. Okay, the title of my presentation in this occasion is Foreign Language Teachers' Attitude Towards Multilingual Pedagogy. This is a survey study in one Indonesian province. The background of my research that we see that it's a general fact that multilingual is not new phenomenon, but we all see all around the world that people use more than 2 languages as their way of life, including in Indonesia. We have our mother tongue, various mother tongue and our regional languages, and then we use Bahasa Indonesia as our national and official language. And then at the educational context, we also have to learn foreign languages, not only English, but we also see that secondary schools or even primary school teach their students foreign language other than English. Actually, in our policy, there is regulation about this multilingual context. That teacher can use regional language at the school context, because if their student could not use Bahasa Indonesia properly, and then teachers can use Bahasa Indonesia as the language at the school context, and then they can use foreign language if their student can have the capability to use it as daily conversation. And then, but there's a gap between the policy and actual practice, because we can see that our teachers interpret this policy with their own interpretation. So that's why I am interested in explore how teacher view, how teacher see this policy. And this research is attempted to explore teachers' attitude toward multilingual education policy and practices. So I believe that teachers' attitude will have significant effect to their behavior in classroom, to their performance in classroom, and this will also have effect to their students' achievement later. It is essential to explore teachers' attitude towards multilingual education in Indonesia curriculums and appropriate practices in multilingual contexts. So I use close-ended questionnaire, two parts, socio-demographic characteristic. I ask their teaching experience, age, gender, and language of teaching, because they are, the participants are foreign language at secondary school. So at the secondary schools level, we can find that there are about 6 languages taught. First, English. That's the main foreign language should be taught at the secondary level, and then Arabic, French, German, Japanese, and Mandarin. So I use Likert scale for the questionnaire survey of teachers' attitude toward 3 main themes here. Multilingual education knowledge. I want to know their awareness about the context of multilingual advantages and disadvantages. And then language education in Indonesia. So how the implementation and the support from the government. And then I also asked them about the multilingual classroom practices, how they have the knowledge about translanguaging, dialect, how should dialect put in the multilingual context, in multilingual classroom, and multicultural background, and code switching in the classroom practices. And I also uh, did a questionnaire pilot test for the validity and reliability. For the validity, for the questionnaire, I used Think Aloud. I asked about 11 foreign language teachers other than the participant to read through the survey statements and discuss it out loud. They really understand with the questions. Can they answer the question easily? And so we continue with the finding. As we can see at the slide, the average of teachers' attitudes here. There are 18 statements that they should respond, and from all the statements, we can see that only only one of them even below 3. We can see here 2.6 69, the mean score. Okay, and then we can see in here the mean score in general from the 3 themes. For the multilingual education knowledge, the mean score is 4.1.01, and it's interpreted as high. And language education policy in Indonesia also high, and multilingual classroom practices. So there's no big difference actually when I calculated the mean score. So for the detailed statistic, I use t-test and MANOVA to see the differences between variables, 4 variables. They are teaching experience and gender, age, and language of teaching. So I want to know, are there any differences between them? So and we found that there is no difference of teachers' attitude between the 2 groups of age. There are 2 groups of age between 30 to 40 and 41 to 50. And there's also no significant difference from the two groups of gender, female and male, and there's no also significant difference among 6 different foreign languages that I've mentioned before: Arabic, English, French, German, Mandarin, and Japanese. And there are also no significant difference among 5 groups of participants based on their teaching experience. Uh, so I can conclude that the majority of foreign language teachers participate in this study most of them have positive attitude toward multilingual pedagogy. It seems that they know what kind of appropriate practices in classroom. They have positive attitude toward the advantages that multilingual students have benefited from their cognitive ability. They have metalingual awareness compared to monolingual. And out of 8 statements, it is indicated that the participant attitude toward 11 statements regarding multilingual education are high, and 6 statements are moderately high, and 1 statement is moderately low. It's only one. The statement is about the low attitude, interpreted as low toward the statements. Let me see. Okay, beside their mother tongue and Bahasa Indonesia, multilingual students have to be a native-like proficient, in their foreign language. So most of them believe that their students should not be native-like. They have to achieve their own goal or they have their own style in their performance in foreign language classrooms, so they don't have to be native like. And the findings of this study reveals that the foreign language teachers are aware of the benefits of multilingualism and have positive attitude towards some multilingual practices. That's all my presentation. I receive any question for my study via email. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, bye.